Hello Troopers, DE Fan 3D coming at you out here with a points update for Elko and some other stuff along with the festivities that's going on tomorrow with a little back history. And I looked into some stuff, so it's going to be good. But first things first, before I get into dive into any more of this, gotta talk about points. So, leading it pretty close. It's a tight points battle now going into tomorrow. Chad Wallen in the 52 late model for the local guys, and then the second is the 3 of Chris Cruiser Merrick. Third is the 18 of Michael Ostick. Fourth is the 14 of Grant Brown. Top 5 for 41, Donnie the Rocket Reavers. 6, still no change. 6 is Owen Giles. 7th is the 13 of Brian Rolstad. 8th is the 32 of Jeremy Wolf. 9th is the 8 of Billy Moan, and top 10 and 10th is the 31 of Racing Ryan Varner, and the teammate to the 31 and 41 is you'll find in 15th is Joel Tyson. So Joel wound up winning on June 6th when I came back early from Canada because of my Nana, my grandmother, and she passed on June 13th. But I'm getting over it a bit, but June 10th is the funeral, or July 10th is the funeral, but I'm getting on a good high here because coming into this year for ARCA, my ARCA history's been pretty stout these past couple of years, starting out with Iowa back in 2023, winning with the team of Luke Fenhouse before I just spotted for him. I was just a fan that night in Iowa, but I got to be in Victory Lane, and I had the Calypso Ice-T Victory Lane hat. And of course that video's on the YouTube channel, and it's pretty awesome. But to get this autographed postcard from Luke was pretty righteous with PRG. And then what led me to the 28 was then be able to spot in 2024 with the 99 of Michael Maples, which was really cool. So I was really happy about that, finishing 15th. First time spotting for an ARCA driver with Michael Maples, and also I wanted to kind of start out with the number 99 for Dick Trickle too, so that was kind of a good vibe. So that was on my Gmail account as well with the rest of them. And then linking, kind of going full circle, last year in 2025, and finishing second was the 28 of Brandon Queen, and super close. I mean, Max Reeves had one heck of a car last year, and but that one hurt. That one really kind of stung. But now for the vibe that I got here with this hat, and you have to go back a few years, but it was around either 2017 or 2018. It was one of those two when ARCA was just coming back to Elko. Rise Racing came there that night, but they were still using Generation 4 cars. Bobby Earnhardt came to town in that number 3 blue Chevy Impala, finishing 17th, which was pretty decent out of, I think, was a 22-21 car field. So that wasn't too shabby. But this year, with the hat that I custom made, I was gonna be with the 2018 this year. That was the plan, but people talked last year into this year, and my grandfather last year. That kind of had a big boost of why I got the deal why I did for this endorsement. Spotting for Bobby Earnhardt tomorrow, and I'm taking a lot of it in because this opportunity was a really big godsend to me, and I've been pretty stout about that, and I've been keeping this kind of hush-hush, but now it's definitely out. So here's the more vibage that I got. The headset that I've had, I've now updated it, because the hat, if I don't be with Bobby Earnhardt, if this opportunity never happens again, I mean, maybe I could possibly still wear the hat, but I do like wearing the Chad Bryant gear because that's what boosted me with iRacing and then getting these ARCA credentials and everything. So I wanted to solidify something permanent. So with the headset, I talked to the team, they approved it. No matter what team I go forward, moving on from, I will never take these logos off of this headset. So what you'll see tomorrow night and in the future, and I do have a shot. They approve me at Elko, or if they approve me because of Elko later this year. I will, if they approve me close to the Iowa date for that NASCAR weekend, I could possibly be doing the same thing to Bobby Earnhardt at Iowa Speedway. But now, here's the thing, is that if I go to Iowa with this Bobby Earnhardt gear on, that will not be on my YouTube channel, because I have to be in contact and I don't have my buddy with me. I won't have Sam with me, but he will be with me tomorrow, and that'll be pretty cool. So you'll see both of our gear on, which will be really cool. So this is my third time, but with a very big opportunity. But this is to solidify me for the history right there. So my family members always got mixed up. I don't know how the heck that happened, but they thought it was my first time. No, this is my third time doing this. I've had opportunities before with Michael Maples and Brandon Queen last year, but this is why they're all coming, because of Bobby Earnhardt, for my third time doing it. So yeah, no, I've done this before, which if you see the past videos, I guess they don't watch my YouTube channel that very often. But yeah, so that's the deal right there, and then the postcards back up the information. So there you go. So yeah, so not only that, now here comes the good stuff. I was wearing this just for today, but this is not what this is what I'm wearing tomorrow. I do have another Dale Earnhardt jacket, but I want to wear this one because I did switch my lanyard for my garage pass, or for more the infield pass, because the garage pass is the wristband. I'll show you on my lanyard here, but this jacket I got from a buddy of mine. For he wanted 20 bucks for it, so I gave him 20. That was pretty easy done deal, but I went on to eBay. This jacket's not worth $20, and but that's pretty cool right there. But yeah, this is the last 2000 jacket that you could actually get from Dale Earnhardt. This, I believe he actually wore this with the Taz hat. I'm eventually gonna get that hat eventually. That would be my last one. But this jacket is really, really cool. But it's very expensive on eBay. So, but I'm really glad I got it for what I did, because I do have another one that does have the number 3 on this sleeve on the left side. I'm wanting to have this custom hat on, so yeah, and I'll even show you off the hat. So here's the right side, here's the back of it with ECR, here's this side with ARCA and Team Monte Carlo, and then the front with that custom logo. So I got a blank hat and put all of his credentials on there, so if any fans watching this tonight be like, oh, we gotta get a hat like that, you can't, because I custom made this. So if you guys want it, you have to do it yourselves. And I mean, yeah, my mom even said and questioned me, don't they send you a hat? They could have. I could have gotten a Rise Racing hat, but no, I wanted to do this especially to have something solidified with the old Dale Earnhardt Incorporated logo insignia, just to kind of give a silent middle finger to Teresa Earnhardt, because she screwed that company over big time, and I know a lot of you would agree with me on that one, because that sucked. So then, paying homage, I'm going to do this two times tomorrow. The first one on lap 8, and I might be on national television because this race is televised. So on lap 8, because I looked at Elko Speedway last Saturday thinking that I was going to see something. All I saw was little stickers on the late models with 51 with Rowdy, and there was no billboards or nothing for them. That's where this sign's going to come into play right here. So I will hold this on lap 8, and then I will have Sam run the camera to lap 18, and I'll impose the number 16 on the video camera for lap 16 for Greg Biffle from last year. And then the thing too, moving forward, is also I fixed my phone. I figured out what the problem was, is that I had 120 usage of data gigs on my phone from almost having it washed out to 128. That was for all the music that I've downloaded on iTunes. So on Wednesday, it took me 5 hours, but I uninstalled all the music. I didn't delete it, I just had to uninstall it and then just have the music on there. So if it's like on airplane mode, I can't listen to it unless I get Wi-Fi on an airplane. But I just uninstalled it, so now I have 70% data gigs on my phone, so now this camera is ready to rock for the rest of my life now. So I'm really happy about that because the phone was not the issue, it was all the iTunes. But so I custom made this sign. If you guys are wanting to look for this too, you have to make this. And this is on my YouTube video for the Kyle Busch tribute. I just took a photo of it and imposed it because my phone can add photos on videos, so I imposed it on the back. I didn't tape it to my wall. Just to make sure that I know that it's upright, I did put the little arrow on the back, so I know that if I see this as an indicator, because I don't want to get it screwed up, and if I'm on national television, I don't want this to happen, for it actually being upside down. So that's where the arrow comes in for me as a marker to see that, and then I know that I'm holding it the right way for lap 8. So I gotta do this professionally. So, and especially for Kyle Busch, since I got to hang out with the dude's car 2 years ago. And I can say this proudly, that I'm grateful for that opportunity. I didn't meet him that day like I did Austin Dillon, but I got his free postcard, which I don't know how much that money would be worth now for just a non-autographed number 8 Kyle Busch postcard, because I got his for free. But I'll tell you this, I can make a lot of NASCAR fans pretty jealous. So, yeah, but this, and my birthday is March 8th. Yeah, with RCR's history with a 3 and an 8, it's kind of weird, but you know what, I'm honored to have 2 guys, though, that with the same team. Granted, Dale Jr., but he's not running in Cup. This is more of Cup than Dale Jr. was, so, in recent times, from like 25 years ago. So this is recent, and Dale Sr. still fresh in everybody's minds if you were born before 2001. But if you were born in 2000, it's close to that date, you might not remember. But if you're born 1996 like me, at about 95, 97 on down, you would totally remember. If you were born 98 up to 2001 or over, you would have to see reruns. But I lived it, so I'm kind of honored about 1996, but in a way I'm kind of not. But you just gotta take the good with the bad, you know what I'm saying? So other than that, here's my lanyard. I switched them because I'm not wearing my Chad Brank gear this weekend, so Sam's lanyard will have the General Tire logo on it, because I normally have him wear the General Tire hat. I gave him an Earnhardt hat a few years back, so he'll wear a 2001 Dale Earnhardt hat tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say, but you'll see it. But then, of course, here's the front of his, and here's the back. And then, of course, here's mine. And I got this lanyard actually with my grandfather, my gramps, who passed last year, and then my dad at the 2016 Daytona 500 when I bought this Dale Earnhardt lanyard. And here's the front of my garage pass. You can tell it's a little bit different than Sam's, and the back's definitely different, and it has a holographic green hot logo with my name signed on it. So yeah, so these are for the infield. I actually probably won't even, I'll just have mine, but I won't wear it hardly, because I want to look as professional with all the Good Wrench 89 Dale Earnhardt, Bobby Earnhardt gear on, especially the headset. So I just don't want this to be kind of a problem. If I'm wearing the Chad Bryant gear, maybe, but I think moving forward as I'm spotting, I'll just have it with me off to the side somewhere. But I won't wear it because I want to represent the good stuff, especially for tomorrow night. So it'll be good. So that's kind of the rundown there. But I'm super grateful for this opportunity and having you guys come along for the ride. And moving up in subscribers, by the way, has been pretty sweet. I'm getting closer to 500 bit by bit. But I think on Sunday when I upload, because I'm going to get back and it's going to be pretty late. The race starts at 8 o'clock. But here's the rundown for the videos. 1, 2, 3. There will be 4 videos. The first 17 to 18 laps, depending on when I go like this to Sam, and of course I can edit that out because I don't want the video like this. So for me, like just having like cutting and like saying start, so I'll say start and go like that, but I'm gonna edit both out so I make the videos look really legit. So so we'll do the grid walk. So after you do that, there's 5. So we'll do the grid walk. I'm going to start it though with talking about a hotspot, and I know a good hotspot for Elko that's going to be maybe like the area to watch, and it was an area to watch the past 2 years. because there's a bump in turns 1 and 2, and I'm gonna talk more about that because I'm gonna dig more into that, and then we'll do the grid walk. So there will be that video, then the first 17 laps, but also maybe getting into the pace laps and me talking through the paces, and actually at gentlemen start your engines or something like that beforehand. I'll tell Sam when to kick in with my phone, and then I'll just go from there because I'll have a lot of usage for that, and he's very happy to hear that. The other two will be the same vibe for pit stops, halfway break for that controlled pit stop, and then their other controlled pit stop, and then the last 15 to 20 laps of the race. So that'll be it right there. The rest of the time, I'll just be on the radio, and if there happens to be cautions, maybe, but I might not make. I'll do the last laps of the race because that's normally when you'll start maybe seeing if it's going to be hectic like it has been these past couple. I've got a couple of wrecks. I did get Frankie Muniz's wreck, which is kind of interesting, and that was in 2024. I'm spawning for Michael Maples. So. And then Brandon Queen last year. And Ty Fredrickson was a good one. Ty's going to be running again this year. But I may get an interview with Ty or Bobby tomorrow, maybe as a bonus. But what I'll do is I'll just talk to them off camera, and then I'll just relay whatever I talk to them with you guys. I'll just talk about it on the grid walk like you see TV reporters do, because I'm kind of like that in a glorified way. So, but that's the rundown. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video going into tomorrow, and hopefully you guys aren't too jealous about this hat, but I tell you what, it is really cool to have the hat and the headset. I'll grab the headset here again real quick, because yeah, this is just, I'm kind of shaken about this opportunity, because I mean, I've had that number 3 postcard for a while. I have a Jeffrey Earnhardt late model postcard that I got off of eBay. But I definitely have the Kerry Earnhardt gear, especially the crew shirt, and then the matching hat with the 33 Bass Pro Shop vibe from 04 to 05, which I also cameos in the Talladega Nights 20 years ago when the cars were from 2005. So I've got a lot of Earnhardt memorabilia, but this is definitely kind of up there with my Earnhardt gear, especially the 2001 autographed Dale Earnhardt postcard I got. So I'm in really good company. I got my Dale Earnhardt gargoyle sunglasses on, and I'm pretty happy I got these for a good steal on eBay with the box. And I have my regular prescription glasses with those, but I probably won't even wear those tomorrow night because I just like wearing sunglasses in general at Elko, and especially too if I'm down there and spotting like that, I just don't want any like dust or debris getting into my eyes underneath my glasses, so I'd rather just wear these because it's pretty hard to get stuff underneath these lenses, and I like these a lot. So, but looking forward to tomorrow. It's going to be good, and see you guys at Elko Speedway at some point tomorrow. But look out for the videos. But I'm looking forward to the grid walk being the very first official video of 2026. And then I'll totally record Xfinity and Cup for Iowa, but then I'll certainly talk about the ARCA race in this setting after, and I'll let you guys know how that went. And of course, if you see it on television, you'll kind of understand what I might be talking about for Bobby Earnhardt. Unfortunately, he doesn't get a whole lot of TV time. And the other unfortunate thing too is I have no control over his paint scheme. Because last week at Berlin, he had an all-black 89 car, and he had a pretty good-looking car poking with no sponsorship. That was a tough one to watch. I'm really hoping he doesn't come to Elko with a white and black car like he had at Kansas earlier this year. So I'm really hoping he does come to Elko with that Dale Earnhardt car, because I want Sam to see that paint scheme in person, because I've seen it at the Mall of America at Silicon Motor Speedway when Dale's 1997 Daytona 500 backup car was on that ramp at the bank. So it's going to be interesting to see that, and but should be interesting. I'm looking forward to it, and going to be pretty big and cool. But me and Sam are going to be looking pretty sweet. And the grid walk will be on pit road this time because it makes Sam more comfortable. We ran out of time for that. So the past 2 grid walks have been on the front stretch. We'll be consistent this time and have it on pit road moving forward and doing that, because that's actually a lot better. And I have a lot more room too to get through each car and everything, but we'll towards the end of the video, we'll backtrack back to the 89 car, because I want to make a special video just to the 89 car, and for my grandfather's sake, and Dale Earnhardt's sake too, and put in a good few words for that, because without my grandfather and Dale Earnhardt, I wouldn't be in this position, and neither would Bobby Earnhardt. So with our grandfathers and they've met in 1994. My grandfather got to meet Dale, and he gave me his hat. Then in 2024, I got to meet Austin Dillon, so it came full circle. So now this really comes really tight full circle with the grandsons having a relation like we do, so as family members and race fans as well. So this one's really, really tight. So it's really good, very, very overwhelming. But I'll take it in stride, and I definitely got myself in a good vibe today. So I was under pressure 2 weeks ago, but now I'm with all the vibes that I've been getting today at the Carver County Fairgrounds, and having that as a luxury to use as kind of a rule of thumb and a mock to Elko. That makes me feel a lot better knowing I got that as my play toy in my backyard. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you guys for tuning in, and like I said, I'll see you guys in the next video.